Diversity too. True story. Working in these high-rise buildings in Miami, whether downtown or out on the perimeter of the city, it's all the same. People have the same issues. Humans. It doesn't matter. The rich, the middle class, the poor, the same issues. So what do you mean? While working in these lobbies, I would run into different situations. And I'm thankful for the experience. So everybody that I ran into or came in contact with, whether the good, the bad, the haters, whoever they were, I thank you. I thank you for the experience. I thank you for the interactions and the problem solving that I had to do. It helped grow me. It helped make me and to form me. Thank you. A few stories that really happened. A few of them I told before, but they're worth telling over again because they happened. I'm not a counselor. I don't consider myself a counselor. But some situations I ran into in the lobby at the front desk. A lady would come in, a resident that would live there. She would walk past my desk and I would greet her with, "Good evening, how you doing? How was your day?" This day she stopped. Normally she would say fine and keep walking, but this day she stopped and began to share what she was going through. I listened. When she finished, she went in her purse. I think she took out, I don't know how much she took out, and laid it on my desk. I asked her, "What is that for?" She said, "You are a good listener. I'll be back." Okay. Another incident. I was working in this building, and the guy that delivers the Miami Herald, about 5:30, sometimes before then, would come in my building, and I had to give him access sometimes to get to certain floors. He would walk past my desk, and I would greet him, "Good morning, how you doing?" His response was, "I am sad." He would shake his head. "It's going to be a bad day. I just know it. It's going to be a bad day." He did this for days, maybe weeks. But I would greet him with the same enthusiastic, "Good morning, how are you?" "It's going to be a bad day." I thought, what is this man going through that's causing him to act like that? One day he stopped. He stopped and told me how he ended up the way he is, or why he's delivering papers at this age that he is, at this stage of life. He said, "I dropped out of school. I did drugs. I fooled around. And now look at me, delivering papers. I don't like it. I'm not even supposed to be in this neighborhood. This is out of the way. I just took the assignment. As he passed me, slowly he began to share more and more stories about his life and wondered why I had so much peace. So I shared my stories. Something clicked inside of him and he slowly began to turn. I saw this with my own eyes. Every time after our conversation or conversations, that man turned. I remember one day he came in. I said, "Good morning. How you feeling?" He said, "Wonderful. I'm blessed." And I almost stood up. That's what I'm talking about. He smiled and went to deliver his papers. He comes back down. "It's going to be a wonderful day. I just know it. Thank you." Thank you. His wife came in and said, "Thank you. Whatever you said to him, whatever those conversations were, changed him. Thank you, sir." Another incident happened where this young man from Bolivia showed up. People just show up. A high transit city. The residents were high transit people. The sellers, the buyers, high transit. The employees, office staff, everything's moving, constantly moving, growing, changing. So you had to adjust day by day. I did. First Service International hired me. I didn't have typing skills to work for this company, but management noticed how I dealt with those residents, the customers, the merchants, the supply people. They liked what they saw. So my typing skills didn't mean anything to them. We like the way you deal with this building, these people, the residents, everybody, with skill. You're hired. I ended up with the company on the spot. The next incident, the young man from Bolivia. He didn't seem too open. I stuck my hand out and greeted him. Since he was new around there, I thought it was the right thing to do. He gave me a cold handshake. I thought, well, I'd done my part. I saw him again. I stuck my hand out. "Good morning, how are you?" Told him my name. Again, cold handshake, and looked at the floor. So, well, he doesn't want to be bothered, leave him alone. One day, I was at my desk with some construction paper. I was working on my hydrogen cell, made out of stainless steel, from scratch. He walked past me and asked me, "What are you doing?" Or, "What is that?" I told him it's my hydrogen cell that I designed from scratch. He said to me, "May I see it?" I said, "Sure." He came around. He looked at my chart. I remember bringing my cell into work to show him how it was assembled and let him assemble and disassemble to show him how to do this. He sat on the floor. We had a spare storage closet for the mail room, and disassembled it, and I showed him how to make it. He was impressed. We became friends instantly that day. I held my integrity. He comes around, and look, We are now friends. One morning, as the night shift was ending, the valet guy came in. I said, "Good morning. How you doing?" He said, "I'm miserable." "And what's wrong with you? Are you on cocaine?" Ooh. I leaned over my desk and said, "Have a nice day, sir." He looked back at me and kept walking. Could you imagine? You never know. Unbelievable. But there was so much going on, and people were very emotional. You couldn't look at them and tell who was feeling what. Some of them had money, but they were broken inside. And there were those that didn't have very much, and they were so happy. They would greet you, they would hug you, they would bring you food. It depended. You really couldn't tell. You just didn't know from day to day who was going to be emotional bomb, time bomb. So you had to be watchful and be careful what you say. Never trust your tongue when you're angry. You say crazy stuff. Wait till you relax and you hear, then say something. And in this situation, it's not about you. It's about helping those other people. And then you run into people that are so far gone. It's like they're in a black hole, and you have to reach and try to pull them up the best way you can, if you can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. You move on. What else can you do?